Baylor has struggled this season, but now it's time for the second season, chance to start all over. And the Bears made the most of it. Baylor beat Nebraska 65-49. John Moss has more from the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City.
Meeting for the second time in the last 4 days, Baylor and Nebraska took to the Ford Center Court this morning for the first game of the 2009 Big 12 tournament. Unlike the regular season finale in Waco, the Bears started strong thanks to center Josh Lomers, who scored the game's first 6 points en route to 11 points in the game, only his second double-digit scoring game this season.
There was a conscious effort to get it inside. We know we're a little bit bigger than them and we can exploit that fact. It's an exciting feeling, but you just do what you do for your team. And anytime anybody can get that, you just let them do it. So
it was a complete team effort for the Bears, headlined by Curtis Gerald's 19 points. But the most impressive stat of the game came courtesy of forward Kevin Rogers, who grabbed an amazing 20 rebounds in the game. That's 2 more than the entire Nebraska team.
Yeah, it's very weird, but, I'm willing to do whatever it takes for us to continue playing and, try to get this automatic bid, to go into the NCAA tournament and, even the NIT. We just want to continue playing into the postseason, and whatever this team needs me to do, I'll do.
Celebration time for the Bears will be short. Up next, it's #1 seed Kansas, a team that came into Waco and left with a 10-point victory earlier in the season.
Celebrate till you reach the ultimate goal. Yes, you can't get to the ultimate goal, without taking the first step. But, step 1, that was Nebraska. We're ready to move on to step 2, which is Kansas tomorrow.
Tip-off for the Bears and Jayhawks is set for Thursday morning at 11:30. A win and Baylor is on to the semifinals and 1 step closer to the NCAA tournament. Reporting from the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City, John Moss, Fox News, Central Texas.
How about those Bears? Baylor pulled off the upset of the Big 12 tournament today. John Moss has more from Oklahoma City.
There's nothing like a little winter weather in March to welcome in day 2 of the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City. For the second straight day, Baylor kicked off the action, facing off with #1 seed Kansas. The Bears had never beaten the Jayhawks under Coach Scott Drew, 0-6. To do so today would put Baylor 2 games away from an improbable NCAA tournament berth. Things looked good for the Bears early as Lacedarius Dunn and Curtis Gerald paced Baylor to a 30-13 lead with 7:06 to go in the first half. But KU would respond, closing the half on a 20-7 run to pull within 4 points at the break. Kansas took its first lead of the game since starting 1-0 at the 9:38 mark of the second half on Sharon Collins' 3-pointer and would extend its lead to 5 points with 9:14 to go. But for the first time in a long time, the Bears would not fold late. Dunn continued his hot shooting down the stretch, and senior Mamadou Dieng blocked this shot with 1:55 to go and Baylor up 1 point. The block would prove huge as Kevin Rogers would hit a turnaround jumper to put the Bears up 3 en route to a 71-64 upset victory.
Yeah, most proud of down 5, team rallying together, knowing that a great team answer runs and having the poise to go ahead and do that. And that was the most satisfying thing as coach today.
Baylor was led by Lacedarius Dunn, who poured in a game-high 24 points, including hitting 6 of 11 from behind the arc, helping Baylor become the lowest seed to knock off a #1 in Big 12 tournament history.
When they own, and I hit the first 2 or 3, and I just know from then I'm gonna have a good game as long as I get good looks at the glass. As you see, I got great looks, and credit to my guards for just penetrating, doing what they do, and finding me in the offense.
If it wasn't clear following yesterday's win over Nebraska, it is crystal clear now. Baylor is on a mission to win the Big 12 tournament and earn a 2nd straight berth in the NCAA tournament.
Just like I told you yesterday, today was step 2, tomorrow is step 3. And, like I said, we came there on a mission. That was just, like I said, it was just step 2 of our mission.
The Bears take to the court Friday at 6 p.m. for the first semifinal, facing the winner of Texas and Kansas State. Reporting from the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City, John Moss, Fox News, Central Texas.
A former Longhorn is giving back to the kids in his hometown. John Moss has more from Mark.
Former Texas Longhorn wide receiver Quan Cosby and current Indianapolis Colts running back Dominic Rhodes, both Mart, Texas natives, wanted to give back to the Central Texas community. So the two cousins created the Quan Cosby Dominic Rhodes Youth Sports Fest, held Sunday at Mart High School, to give youth in grades 1 through 8 a chance to learn the game from elite players. The best part? The camp was free of charge.
I know when I was these kids' age, I wouldn't be able to afford to go anywhere as far as the camp. So we want to definitely make it free. And then being in this little Central Texas area, I know a lot of kids, especially that will be out here, share, my childhood. So again, just for them to come out here, have fun, have an opportunity to meet me, it's just fun for them. It's a good time. We're going to sign autographs and really encourage them to, get their academics right, and then of course sports will follow.
Close to 200 Central Texas kids participated in Youth Sports Fest. You may think the large turnout was due to the camp being free, until you realize just how much of a role model Cosby is for the town of Mart and all of Central Texas.
He's such a role model for all the kids that are here all the way down, not just for our community, but you can see we got people here today from Robinson, Rockdale, Arena, Italy. You see shirts everywhere, and he means a lot to this community. He comes back and offers and is always willing to help out in any way possible.
At the second annual Youth Sports Fest next year, Central Texas youth will be learning from an NFL wide receiver, as Cosby is projected as a mid-round pick in next month's NFL draft. Reporting from Waco, John Moss, Fox News, Central Texas.
Kim Mulkey couldn't coach her Lady Bears. She was in the hospital, so she turned to her assistant coach, who was her head coach in college. John Moss has more.
On Friday.
Normally, when a team loses its Hall of Fame coach for its first-round NCAA tournament game due to illness, it's hard to overcome. That was not the case for Baylor, who replaced one Hall of Famer, Kim Mulkey, with another Sunday night, Leon Barmore. Coach Barmore took the reins after spending this season as Mulkey's assistant and advisor. Making that switch from a head coach to an assistant coach, it's been a challenging one for Barmore.
But I think the hardest thing for me is I've never been an assistant, so I've never been sitting on the bench, not in control. And I think the hardest thing for me is to get a feel to help Kim know when to say something, maybe when not to.
If it were up to Mulkey, Barmore would be talking all of the time. After spending 15 years as his assistant coach and 4 years as his point guard at Louisiana Tech, Mulkey's knowledge of the game is in large part due to Barmore, who now sees his protege building something special here at Baylor.
I'm enjoying standing back watching the show, to be honest with you, because it's quite a show you got going here. And I can tell you this, just from experience I had watching other programs, you just better hang on to Kim as long as you can.
The Barmore tree extends far beyond Mulkey. Just in the Big 12 alone, Oklahoma State's Kurt Budke, Texas A&M's Gary Blair, and Texas Tech's Christy Curry all come from the Barmore School of Coaching. Watching them succeed, well, that means more to Barmore than anything, even his 2 national championships.
I take more pride in Kim, Gary, Nell Fortner, and all those than I do the championships.
Who knows, maybe Barmore will get to celebrate another championship soon, one he helped contribute to here at Baylor. Reporting from Waco, John Moss, Fox News, Central Texas.